produced by John DeSando. Listen to the shows and read reviews online at wcbe.org.
Backtalk is produced by John DeSando. Listen to the shows on the podcast experience at wcbe.org. Backtalk is an extension of the long-running award-winning movie review show It's Movie Time, which airs Fridays at 3:01 and 8:01 p.m. on WCBE 90.5 FM, Columbus, Ohio. Hosted by John DeSando, this podcast version features additional content and banter with guests. Backtalk is produced by John DeSando. Listen to the shows on the podcast experience at wcbe.org. I'm John DeSando.
And I'm Linda Baas McClelland.
And this is It's Movie Time.
Indeed it is, and it was a real movie we went to.
Wow, with this...
Oh, it was so good to be back in the theater and see the movie on a big screen with the Dolby sound and all that.
Oh yeah, this was an AMC Dolby Theater,
Yeah.
which I highly recommend
It was
for one of
spectacular.
the best experiences in
I
film.
know.
So, was it a great experience with the film, Lenny?
It was good just to be there, and there were a lot of good things about it, but it stars Russell Crowe.
Oh, what's the name of this movie, Lenny?
It's called Unhinged,
All right, Unhinged.
and it stars Russell Crowe, who growls and scowls his way through the entire movie.
You know, I don't know if that was a fat suit or not. I know he's been putting on weight,
Oh,
but they sure did make him look like a gorilla, didn't they?
oh, they did. He didn't look like the gladiator anymore.
Oh, so I don't know whether or not, but he's pretty rough, because he's,
Yeah,
you know, he's a road rage guy.
right. It certainly is. And it started off, he was having a bad day. He goes to his ex-wife and her new partner's house, kills them with an axe, and then burns their house down.
He does. So he says, yeah. So when let's see what her name is. Yes. So when Rachel is driving her little boy to work in her little Volvo,
Your old Volvo station wagon.
and she's right behind him
Yep.
on this, you know, everybody's nightmare.
And she's running late, as she usually does,
Yeah.
and
It's
she's talking to her ex-husband on her cell phone, and then she has a very important client cancel an appointment with her. So she's not having a good day either.
so she's right behind Russell Crowe's big pickup truck,
Yep.
and he's not moving.
Well, they're at a traffic light. The light turns green, and he doesn't move.
So
So she makes the big mistake of laying on her horn. Oh boy.
And Russell is not happy about this.
No.
So he pulls up beside her and gives her you know, the treatment but almost looking like if she would have apologized
Right.
sincerely, he would have gone on his way.
Yep.
But she was not in any mood to do this. And
So he's going to make her eat crow.
right, very good. Her name as an actress is Karen Pistorius, and
Yes.
she's quite good.
She was very good. Yes,
Yeah.
she was.
So anyway, he tells her that he's gonna teach her what a really bad day is.
That's right. That's right. Oh my golly. And then the movie turns into a demolition derby of rage during daytime traffic,
Yeah,
which couldn't be any worse. It could
yeah.
not be.
It almost looks like the LA freeway, but it's really New Orleans.
Yeah,
It's filmed
we
in
found that out
Louisiana.
later, right.
Yeah, and it's, you know, it reminds me of one of my favorite of these urban, gonzo revenge stories. But this would be The Hitcher, and in which he pursues her almost unconscionably.
Oh, right, dreadfully.
Yeah,
And causing brutal car crashes, just one after another. I lost count after a while. You know, big semi trucks are sailing over the freeway, crashing into other cars. I will say this: I thought it was expertly filmed. The cinematography I thought was very good. You know, capturing all these car crashes. And his name is Brendan Galvin. Is that his name, the cinematographer?
Oh, okay. All right, good.
So I thought that was one of the
We
best
never
things.
get Russell Crowe's name.
No,
It's
he's
the
just
man.
the man.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is their heavy-handed way of making it allegorical. So he's all divorced men who have lost their jobs,
Yeah.
who are really angry
Yes, he's just full of rage, full of rage.
And I gotta say, first of all, I remember you're asking me why I was laughing. And I wanted to point out to you, I'm laughing because it's all so absurd.
I know, well, I was gonna say, that was one of the high points of the movie for me, was listening to you hoot with laughter next to me. And of course, I'm watching all this destruction and death and.
I know, right? Well, it's obvious to me that Crowe is just enjoying himself. I mean, because he's an Oscar winner.
Yeah, he's a gladiator.
He shouldn't be in this B movie,
No.
but he is it's to
Yes,
be.
indeed.
And there are a lot of close-up shots of his face,
Oh, yeah.
which is very expressive
Growling,
even for this,
Scowling,
for
yes.
him, kind
Yeah.
of dumb role.
Right.
But he is very good.
But there are lessons to be learned in this film.
Really? What, don't go see it?
No. Don't leave your cell phone in your car when you're going to get gas, because the man will take it from you.
Lenny, I'll tell you, one of the things I liked about this film, and I enjoyed it, I can go with trash as well as a high-class movie. And this is a trashy movie,
Yeah.
but it is so enjoyable because it is so over the top. But one of the things that I really liked was the deft way director Derek Bort, who did the Joneses a while ago,
Uh-huh.
the way he uses that mobile phone
Yes.
technology.
It's, it almost makes you afraid of technology, how it can be used against you.
Yeah.
It's frightening.
Most of us know, but probably never used it. Your phone can be tracked.
Right. And
Um,
she did not have a password either, so that's how he could
Yeah,
find out all
yeah.
of her calls and connections and everything.
And later on, when he has taken her phone, the boy discovers the pad underneath the seat.
That's right,
So
yeah.
so if you think you can get away with it, then you get away from him. No, he's got you tracked. How is he showing up? Which would be the question you'd ask right away. How, there's a lull where you don't even see him, and then, but this is a typical trope for this kind of movie. You don't see him, and then you think you're free, and then you see him
And then
again.
he shows up at a luncheon appointment that Rachel was supposed to have
Oh.
with her lawyer, and I won't go into
I
more
know,
details
I know,
about that. Whoa.
I like that too. That's very similar as I did in The Hitcher. He shows up to sit down at the booth with
Squeezes him.
the lawyer
himself in.
boyfriend.
Yep,
Oh, how wonderful, because it first of all, it gets us off the road.
yeah,
And
right.
we get enough of this
A little
road
break
after a
there,
while.
yeah.
The road rage, okay, I got it. But to have him coming there and sitting down,
Mhm.
that's just a great bit. And come on, Russell Crowe is a super actor.
Oh, indeed, it
And-
really
And
is.
he can sit down and be menacing without barely saying a
I know,
word.
he wasn't given much material to work with, but he was darn good, that's for sure. There was another lesson to be learned. Don't forget to take your favorite pair of scissors when you leave your home.
Oh, Lenny.
And we won't say any more about
Well, I was telling Liddy, in any of these movies, if you see a gun or scissors or whatever, at one point in the film, you know they're
Yeah.
going to show.
Yeah.
They're going to show up again.
Right.
And I guess this is our way of saying, look, we don't want to spoil it for you, but this is a formula.
that. Mhm.
This kind of a movie
Yes,
is a
indeed.
formula.
Yep.
And in that formula, it's probable that things are going to turn around. If you're going to leave the theater feeling good, those filmmakers are going to let you feel good about it.
Right, yeah,
And so I guess that's what we're alluding to without spoiling it.
right,
And I thought that the kid whose last name is Bateman,
right.
Gabriel Bateman,
Yeah,
and I don't know if he's related to the Bateman we all, Jason we all
Right.
know, but I thought he was
he was very, very
a
good.
very cool kid.
Yeah,
Things are not going well. Mom is just, here's another one of the motifs that I thought the film at least touched on, and that is the young single mom. And with trying to arrange her life, she's partly responsible for the chaos
right, oh, yeah,
because she doesn't show up on time.
right,
She's distracted. But it is so much, I think, of the experience of many young women who find themselves the head of their household
right.
and have to get the kids to school on time,
They're handling
have
a
to,
lot of things.
have to keep their jobs.
Mhm.
So anyway, all right, so as we move toward the end, Lenny,
Yes, John.
Anything strike you about the ending that you want to talk about with our audience without spoiling it?
Well, I just said, don't forget to take your scissors.
It ends up back home,
Yeah.
and this is purposeful on her part.
Mm-hmm.
But you would think the last place she would go is at home. He knows where everything is. I mean, he knows all the players in her life
Right.
because he just looks through the address book.
Well, I think she goes to her mother's home, because her mother is in a nursing home. And doesn't she go to her mother's home, and that's where they finally meet up again? You have to take a lot of this out, but, no. That's what I remember. She goes to her mother's home, and that's where he finally finds her.
Oh, okay, all right,
Yeah.
so that's not her home?
No, it's her mother's home,
It's her
because her mother's in a nursing home.
Okay, all right, good, all right,
It's
yeah.
another thing she's dealing with
Yeah.
is her mother, who's probably ill, or aging, or just one or the other.
And picking up on modern themes in our thriller movies, the one of home invasion
Right.
strikes
yes.
me as this one.
Yes,
Taking it from the road and bringing it back into the home.
yep,
And this is always effective because we all have homes, and we all protect our homes, and we all want to make sure and feel safe.
right, we want to feel safe in our home. If there's anywhere that we should feel safe, it is in our own home, so.
Well, Vinny, do you think this is a movie you could recommend?
Not really. I mean, I'll give it my grade now. I'll give it a C, because it's very monotonous in some points. It's just car crash after car crash until the man meets Rachel's friend, and then when she goes to her mother's home, and then it starts to get a little bit different. But it's not a great movie, but it was entertaining. But I'll repeat, the most entertaining thing for me was listening to you laugh.
All right, obviously I enjoyed the movie. I'm going to give it a B because I think it fulfills the formula for this kind of a movie.
Yes.
And so I think it fulfills all the needs that we have, and that part of the joy is sitting there and knowing that they're going to fulfill those. But even though they do that, what I enjoyed about the movie is really how masterfully the action takes place and how, as absurd as it is, I'm drawn in.
Well, definitely.
I'm sitting there and I feel as if I'm right the object of that road rage
Right.
as well.
And I think one of the reasons is the cinematography was so good,
Yes.
and that's what pulls you in.
Well, this is the first mainstream movie
Yep,
out after the pandemic had shut everybody up.
right.
So I think you could do a whole lot worse, but you have to be, like Lenny, ready to accept something
Mhm.
that you know is not going to be in your wheelhouse.
And it's not light and cheerful, that's for sure.
It's-